And that programming does not allow them to embrace the new. That's a difficulty. So what I'm saying today in this presentation in the next couple of minutes, two things will guide what you take and what you don't take. Your level of belief or your level of fear. These two things will determine the willingness to act. Let me say that again. This presentation, what you're going to take away from it is your level of fear or your level of belief. And that is going to affect how you act. So be very careful with the content of this presentation as we go through it. Innovation comes, and because it has not existed before, your first response is autopilot and is doubt, unbelief, it will not work and everything will go wrong. That's how your brain is designed to protect you. So you react that for the first time. But eventually that innovation takes over. It doesn't ask you whether you believe, it doesn't ask you whether you like it, it doesn't ask those questions. The efficiency it brings makes it work. And so we are talking about innovation in this conversation, and you have to be willing to embrace the change and accept the new reality. This specific innovation is with the financial market, and it cuts across how you transact with money. It cuts across the Forex market. It cuts across the crypto market. This is a very interesting innovation that has everything to do with leveraging current technologies of artificial intelligence to make money for everybody. You see, the way you solve a problem with ChatGPT, you believe it, all of us, professors, non-professors, people who don't know anything, it just answers everybody. It just levels the playing ground. We are about to talk how the cash flow has been leveled and everybody can access it. But it's whether you make a decision or not. That's where it lies. And this innovation is coming from a platform called Tag Market. Now, Tag Market is a regulated broker. Tag Market is a regulated broker that started first off by creating innovation in the Forex market. And that innovation is what I want to bring to you. That innovation is what I want to bring to you. And I want you to pay very close attention because this is very interesting opportunity for each and every one of us. The challenge before now about the financial market is that there are difficulties for people to access the market. There are challenges, there are barriers to really take advantage of this market. Now, I want to break those barriers down one after the other. The first barrier is education barrier. Most of us on this call have gone to higher schools of learning, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and somehow we bought into the idea that you can learn how to make money from the financial market in 1 week and you will hammer. You see, that idea is such a fallacy, given the fact of other experiences of learning. But we bought it. Why? Because it's money and everybody gets emotional when it gets to money. And of course, accessing this market is free. I mean, you deposit $50, you're up and running, right? So the ease of access does not mean that people are going to create results. So that's a challenge. And people bought into this education. They pay monthly for it and stuff like that. The second challenge is that some people have dedicated their lives to this. I mean, like pilots, like doctors, they become very proficient. So they offer signals. These signals, the good ones don't come cheap, they come at a premium. And for most of us here, we're already doing something with our 24 hours. So when the signals come, you're not there. It comes late when you see it, you can't gauge, you can't deal with it, right? And it passes. That's a challenge. Now, to use tools, technology, high frequency computing powers to trade and enter multiple trade irrespective of how the market is, that's a whole new ball game, which most people don't have resources to access. That's a challenge. And then the biggest of all this challenge is the challenge of money. You see, there's this mistake a lot of people have made. I've been in the market for 21 years. So it's maybe 7 trillion or whatever trillion it is on a daily basis now. And somehow you feel that if you show up with $100, you are in the game. You're not. That's a fact of the matter, right? They use us as exit liquidity. That's why the retail traders most times don't make money. It is the muscle that you're coming with that determine when you make money or not. Why? These currencies are traded in pairs. It is forces of demand and supply. So if you're putting a demand pressure with $100 and somebody shows up with his hell order on the other direction, you're wiped out in an instant. So money is an issue. So let's look at how the industry have tried to solve this problem. This is a base. Once you understand this basis, then the presentation is done, right? One, they created these things called prop account and funded account. And anybody who has experienced that would let you know, in all honesty, they are glorified demo accounts. They're not real money, right? So you buy it with real money. That's where they make money. And then when you pass stage one, pass stage two, they stack up the rules and you never access the money. Meanwhile, the money is gone and you buy another one. And let me tell you, please don't take this the wrong way. Trading is as addictive as opium. I've been around for 21 years, I can tell you that. Why? People want to survive legitimately. And they see this money very close. They never get it. But by the end of this presentation, I can assure you, you will get it by tomorrow morning if you act. It's that simple. So these guys looked at this problem and wiped out the problem. Number one, they provided education for free. Now, let me tell you why I emphasize for free. One, they chose people who are already known for delivering quality education and they made it free. That's turning it upside down. And let me tell you why I'm making this emphasis. Since they made that education free, nobody is interested in the education because on the other end, people are making money. So everybody has forgotten about education, which tells me one thing. We were never interested in becoming professional traders. We were just interested in making money. And that's why I asked the question about, are we here for cash flow or are we here to keep deceiving ourselves? All of us get sick, but we all know certainly we all can become doctors because we get sick. All of us need money. Fact, we all cannot become professional traders to make money. So we need leverage. And that leverage is what we're talking about. Secondly, they created a platform that allows us to access high-speed trading. Even if 1 million people are copying the trade, everybody gets the same result. Your laptop cannot do that. NEPA will go off when you put a trade anyway. So you're out already. That problem has been solved for a premium price of free. The third one is that they provided signals. And if you want to sit down there, boy, just check it out. It's hundreds of pips every day. And it's done by known names. So there's no thinking about or trust or not trusting. That doesn't exist. They're engineering the belief by using people who have history and antecedent. Now, the biggest thing that they've solved, which no Forex broker have been able to put together, and that shouldn't make anybody doubt that it's possible anyway, is that they connected the retail traders to money for the first time in the history of the Forex market. Let me say what I said again. They connected retail traders directly to money for the first time in history. It's not a new thing, but it's a new thing for retail traders, me and you. Let nobody on this call think that capital is in scarcity. It's a lie. You can't get a 1 million naira loan, but Dangote can get 20 billion to build a refinery. That's a testament that money is in abundance. That you don't have access to it should not make you have unbelief that that's true. Today, TAG made it possible through 75 liquidity providers that me and you, the ordinary people, who don't have these identities of the Dangotes of this world, can have access to 24 times money and 12 times money. That is why me and you are having this meeting this night. So you deposit $1,000, you get 12 times that $1,000. It means you show up in the market right. There's no need to hammer. There's just need to take simple steps and be profiting. to a 12x amplified account. And as I speak to you, you have 12 days, oh no, rather 11 days, yes, 11 days to access a promotional 24x. That means you deposit $1,000, you get $24,000 to trade. You see, the difficulty in accepting this reality is that we have always lived with the scarcity of money. So now that we have access, people suspect it. I finish this presentation now. Somebody tells me he wants to think about it. Like somebody wants to dash you 24 times money to help you. You say you want to think about it. Just because you didn't listen to what I'm saying. There's no cost to give you 12 times money. You say you want to think about it. The question is really why? How? I get bizarre when people ask these questions. And they say you have 11 days to access 24 times. You say you want to think about it, and then 11 days pass. Maybe you understand. The opportunity is gone. That's why I say listen to what I'm saying so you understand. So why is this important? It's important because if I have a 12x account, that's $12,000 or $24,000. I don't need to sit on the computer or I don't need to try to hammer in the market. If I make 1% of 12x, that's 12% of my capital. Now that is exciting. If I make 1% on a 24x account, that's 24% of my own capital. That's how the rich use OPM to get money, to get richer. We now have it here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's coming at no cost. The only barrier between you and this access to liquidity is your decision, which, like I told you, is dependent on two things. Are you afraid? Or do you believe? That I can help you with. But this information I can give you. Now, you may doubt this money. I understand. I mean, you've been in the dark too long. If you see light, you suspect it, of course. The only way tag market tells you that this is not hocus pocus is that this night, if you fund an account, and by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, they do a trade and you have up to $10, you can withdraw that money, no questions asked. That is the only way to tell you that this liquidity is real and we don't need to think about it. You see, these simple four innovations that I shared with you is why we're having this call. And why we're making this effort to share this information as fast as possible is because the best option is the 24x and it's promotional and it will end by May 31st. The encouragement is that people should take advantage of that. If you have a doubt what it means that you can double your profit for doing nothing just by taking the promotional account. So that said, we're all on the same page. I want to believe that. The question is, how is this for everybody? That's the next question, right? Like I said, nobody's interested in education now that is free. People are interested in profit showing up on a daily basis. So how does this profit get generated, even for people who are 1,000,000% ignorant about this market? And really, those are the people I want to talk to. Those who are so busy with what they're doing that AI can replace their income. Those who are very busy that they cannot understand how trading works, but they need this money more than anybody. Those are the people I want to talk to. And I want you to pay very close attention. We have been given an opportunity to an AI, an artificial intelligence, that is trading this big money. Why should people like us who have traded 21 years talk about artificial intelligence? Is it that we wasted our time in learning how to trade or what? That's a question you want to ask yourself. Let me tell you what that is. There is nobody who can assess and be profitable in the market who has a money problem. You cannot have a money problem and become a professional trader. Because when you look at those charts, you see your rent, you don't see what the chart is saying. You see the money for food, you see the money for fuel. But you see the AI, it follows a certain system, data, and acts without emotion. Now, the platform you're looking at on your screen now is called My FX Book. It's an industry platform that validates any trading strategy. If you tell us you're a superstar in trading, we believe you, but we want you to connect your account here. And whatever the account says here, that we will believe. And so in November of 2024, Sonic AI people started publishing their results publicly here, right? They've been trading for the big money, right? We are too small to get involved in that trading. But when TAG showed up and gave us access to these 75 liquidity providers, now we have the liquidity that looks like the big boys liquidity. Now Sonic AI can trade for us, right? So this is entire history, 2024, 2025. It's about 18 months, 19 months now, right? But I want us to work at the real numbers here so we'll make progress very quickly, right? So Sonic AI have been delivering results of 1.16% monthly. That's the monthly output, right? Now, I know the room is quiet because I said 1.12. Is that why we're here? Yes, that's why we're here. The only reason why you didn't get excited about what I said is you're funding $1,000. So 1% is $10. Ain't gonna feed you, right? But you see, the guys who show up with $1 billion or the guy who shows up with $1 million, 1% becomes amazing. Now we have 12x and 24x. That is why we're excited about it. And please, the Forex market is not going anywhere. There are multiple countries in the world. They don't have the same currency. So this market is not going. You will be here, you will go, and the market will remain. So there is no need chasing it. But we have just found a way through what these guys have put together to make consistent profit, living wages to be alive and enjoy this life as long as we can. Now, 1%. So it means that if I'm on 12x account, so I make 12%. Or 24% if I'm on 24x account. So I found $1,000. Now I'm making $120. I'm making $240. Now it starts to make sense. Now, while I'm excited to share profit with you, I want to share downside. Please, if you have any problem with risk, this might be a wrong room for you to be. And I'll tell you very honestly, there's always a downside. Nobody controls the market. It goes up, it comes down. So loss is part of the system. But you want to be sure that the losses you make and the profits you make, the profits are way higher. And that's what is happening here. So I want you to look at the second figure under the 1%. It is 0.86. This is drawdown. So that's the risk. So for this AI to be profitable for 19 months now, the risk it took was less than 1%. I don't know how long you have been paying attention to this space, but from where I stand, consistent result for 19 months at less than 1% risk is miracle for me for 21 years of being here. Somebody is sharing my screen with me now. So guys, 1 second. Okay. So this is power here. 1% risk. So when we hear these numbers, I like to put meaning to it. So there's advanced analysis here. One of them is called the risk of ruin under advanced statistics, right? So what risk of ruin does is to show you what happens to situations where things go wrong. We call it drawdown, right? So the 12x account has two conditions, three conditions actually. Condition number one, the money stays 30 days if you get the amplification. So your capital is locked. You can't have access to it until after 30 days. Now, let me say this with emphasis. Please, money is not emotional. Every time money moves, it moves with objectivity. Nobody will give you money without a condition. Why? Somebody else is waiting for that money. So if I'm giving you 12x or 24x, I need to plan. And that my plan is this money needs to be with you for 30 days. So I know what is coming and I can make plan and accept other people's requests after 30 days. You just can't change your mind in 2 hours and say you want your money. No. because I would have given it to somebody who will hold it. So there's no emotion about this afternoon. Somebody was talking about why should they lock the money for 30 days? Why do you want 24x and 12x? I mean, there's balance. Something has to go for something. Please, this we're being objective here. I mean, this is adult presentation. So we need to say things the way they are. People should understand it like that. Secondly, a 12x account has a maximum drawdown of 10%, which means it cannot lose more than 10%. For the 24x, it cannot lose more than 5%, but it's the same thing. Why? If I fund $1,000, 10% of 12,000 is 1,200. If I get 24x, 5% of 24,000 is also 1,200. So if you look at this figure, that's why I say have a journal and write it down. 1,200 is $200 more than your 1,000. Why? All brokers are advertising. They are spending millions to send all those adverts you are seeing all over social media. Tag is not. So that money is with them. And they're using it to support you in your trading, who is a real customer that they're not chasing, who has already made deposit. That makes business sense, please. And it also serves as a buffer between your 1,000 deposit and the liquidity provider's money, which is not Santa Claus money. So you can't lose it. So that's why that extra money comes in. So this is efficiency. Rather than throwing advert on social media, nobody clicks it and the money is gone. It's better you give it to people who have already showed up to support them, period. Now, look at this 10% you're seeing here. So for us, this AI to lose 10% of this account, you have to lose 80 consecutive trades. That is loss, 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 loss consecutively for 80 times. If it's 5%, that's 40 times. Can it happen? Yes. But what is the reality for 19 months? The AI has lost only a maximum of 2 times for 19 months. I'd rather bet on that, even with my 21 years experience. The Sonic AI have not lost 3 consecutive trades. And when he's trading 2 or 3 trades per day, it means in 2 weeks of continuous losing, you will still not lose the account. I am very confident of that. Like I said, your decision will be dependent on your level of fear, your level of belief. That's it. Now, we're talking numbers here. And you might look as if we're preaching, right? I'm going to go to live accounts. So I'm sharing directly from an MT5. So you see all these numbers I'm talking about. What does it mean? Real time. Okay. So this account is about maybe $19,000. Today it traded once. We're not chasing hammer. We just want money every day. Right? It might not sound sweet for people, but the reality is when you chase this market, you'll be dead and the market will still remain. So this week is just 3 days so far. And this account in 3 days have done about $197. This account started trading in okay, sorry, 1 second. Let's take this fully. This account started trading on the first. Okay, this is a $5,000 account. Sorry. Yes, this is a $5,000 account. That started trading on the 1st of April. 1st of April to today is a month plus. Okay, so let me just put context to this for you guys. So I will do custom period 1st of April to 30th of April. This is a 1.5 on a 5K account. That's almost More than 30%. Right? Actual. If I had come on this presentation to say I have an AI that makes 30%, people will say they've come again. But I wanted you to experience what we're talking about. This is live trading. If you go on the chart, you will see the entries and exits real life. I mean, you can't be this fast to enter and close a trade on the average of 15 minutes for 19 months. This is the power of supercomputers. You don't have access to that. And it's not wrong to leverage on it. Now, the owner of this account, if you make 1,158, let's just do some maths here. 1,058. Okay, 52, right? Sorry. Yes, that's it. Divided by 5,000 times 100. That's 31%. And out of this 31%, the owner of the account will have access to 70%. That's 22% in a month. Actual. This is not the story I'm trying to convince you. No, 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 no. People participated in this percentage in the last 30 days. What it will be in the future, I don't know. But this is fact that we're sharing. Now, I'll go down a little bit and get a smaller account just to make sure that everybody is following and will have context to this. So this is a $251 account. If you look at the same period of April, it did $95. Now, if we go to same calculation, 95 divided by 251 by 100, that's 37%. Now, the same month, what happened? The person on 250 is compounding. So he had extra 6% or 7% because of that compounding. I'll take 2 minutes to tell you the story of compounding. Now, but what it means is, I believe most of us on this call are in Nigeria. If you look at $95 and the owner of the account takes 70%, why? The 30% goes to the guys who are running the Sonic AI, 5% of it goes to them. They're not Santa Claus. And then, of course, the other 25% requires a qualification criteria and is put in a pool, and people share that money every Saturday. Most of us on this call are either in Ususu for rice in December, or we know somebody who is. The difference is that money is not growing. If you do the contribution, it's the same amount. But here, profit is shared every week by everybody who participates. That, my friends, is a real cash flow, not static money. So if you look at 70% of this account, let me break this down. This is the exchange rate. Okay, so I'll take this to 80. So it's 91,000 naira. So what it means, for me, it's not the money. Money doesn't mean anything to you. It's really useless. It means that with the $251, about 350,000, somebody will generate 21,000 naira more than minimum wage that most people wake up and go to work for every day, leveraging AI, aka charge GTP for money. If you look around you while this call is going on, you know who 91,000 will put a smile on their face. We're not talking big money here, so people don't get confused. Everybody can take their decision on what they want. I mean, we have people who say they want 1 million every month. They're doing it. Every week, they're doing it. But I'm saying something that can relate to everybody on this call. Just let this sink in. Now, I'm using 350 for two reasons. All the guys in this room will understand, and all the girls will understand, right? If you want to show up for the right wedding, and post on Instagram, 350 cannot sew to Abada. Depend on the embroidery you're putting it. The Abada will spoil anywhere. The ladies on this call know that if you want to wear Peruvian human hair, 27 inches, 350,000 can buy it. That hair will spoil. But how about you making an attempt to having a living wage from the same amount of money? A question I cannot answer for you. So have two things I will feel this leverage can create. One is that you can create cash flow for yourself. I mean, it might be minimum wage, it might be living wage, it can be anything, but try and find out what you can deposit and it will probably give you your monthly expenses. Your life will take a completely new turn. I can assure you that. Now, for those who have projects that they may consider to do, so rather than sew abada or buy human hair, you take the same amount of money and give AI for free. The only thing you need to do is to decide whether you compound it every month or you compound it every week. Now, I'm not going to use 22%, which you have seen is actual. No, I'm going to use 10%. Let's say the AI decides to start failing 50%, which is still good, right? And you want to do a project in the next 60 months. I know some of you have cringed because you have 60 months is such a long time. If you want to die in the next 60 months, raise your hand. Nobody will. But somehow we believe that miraculously there will be resources to live when you're alive in the next 5 years. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Things are going to get worse. If you're not making a plan, it might be difficult. And for us, we're trying to make a plan with what we have seen and the consistency we have seen with this AI. If you compound your human hair money or your kaftan money monthly at 10%, this is what it will give. 76,000. Trust me, I rather you try this and it fails than I try it works and I tell you about it in the next 5 years. That's when you realize that the pain of loss and the weight of regret, they're not the same thing. Now, why do we talk about compound interest? And just to give you an idea how serious it can get. If I change the compounding time frame by weekly, there are people on this call, I can see their faces even from their login names, who compound daily. I mean, you can get aggressive like that. But you see, when you do weekly, on this same amount of money, it adds almost $18,000. That's you're not doing anything, you're taking advantage of a concept called compound interest to increase the frequency at which you compound, then you increase the money. But like I said in the beginning, everybody has to take this decision for themselves. I showed you a 5,000 account. Imagine I do this with 5,000, but I'm doing this with money that you are comfortable with blowing. Money for human hair, money for kaftan. But it can set you apart. So this is a story that we want to bring to you. I'll round up with sharing something with you in 5 minutes or less. I began by telling you that this is about innovation. So you asked me, how does that innovation work? I've taken time to explain how that has affected the Forex market. So, but I'll tell you other things that is included in this innovation. So this innovation has a central platform, and that central platform is called Aitech. And why is it Aitech? It is artificial intelligence technology-based innovations affecting the entire spectrum of the financial market. So copy X is the one that has to do with Forex, which I've taken time to explain how high-speed copy trading is leveraging AI, is leveraging funding, all for the premium price of free to give you profit on a daily basis. You see, I challenge people. Currently, I'm in a physical meeting. I just had to step out to have this meeting. And I'm signing up people and I tell them we'll talk tomorrow by 10 a.m. You know why? From my experience in the last couple of months, by 10 a.m., there will be one profit. The conversation is different when people see a result for what they don't understand. Make money and understand later. So that's it for the Forex, right? On CopyX. The second one is Bit1 cryptocurrency exchange. So people are worried that this innovation is coming. How? They want to interpret it. I want to give you an opportunity to have an understanding this night. Stop thinking from the customer point. Think from the other side. So a market have been suffering millions of people, and these millions of people have been contributing money for the market. They're called retail traders. And somebody says, if we solve the problem of retail traders, we'll change the game. And so they brought liquidity providers. Don't give big boys money. Give it to the Umu Africa directly. We'll coordinate it by 12x and 24x. And they did. They said, you who trade for big money, do you do more Africa now? They now have big money. Come and trade for them. We have Sonic AI and it's delivering results. And now there are almost 800,000 people who are taking advantage of that. That happy group is the biggest force for any business. It's the same reason why Mark Zuckerberg told you that Facebook is free and we're 3 billion people and is rich. But now we're talking money and it's decentralized. Everybody's getting some. So that number of people have made them to launch their own cryptocurrency exchange called Bit1 and is working already. And you can do anything you do on any broker. But they also wanted to help these 800,000 people. So what did they do? They went and partnered and took the right, 100% exclusive right of one of the foremost, most profitable AI in the entire industry of crypto, which is trading in only tier one brokers, Binance, Binance US, Kraken, Coinbase, and moved the exclusivity of that AI to Bit1. And they will have it at the premium price of free for it to make money for all of us. Now, that statement doesn't mean anything for most of us because we don't know that for you to have access to the Endotech AI for crypto trading, you need to pay $125,000 per year. So no matter how excited you are, that money will stop you. And then you need another $500,000 minimum trading before they activate the AI. So that AI is not from Africa. But today, it will soon go live on Bit1 for the price of free. And then somebody say, I want to think about it. What the heck are you thinking about, really? You don't have 125,000, now it's free, and then you want to think about it. Some people in this room have made money with that AI for 64 months. So when you want to ask me, is it going to last? I'll say, maybe you are the one to bring bad luck. It has paid people for 64 months. It's going to pay all of us for the next 64 months. If you don't believe that, don't come. We're happy to miss you. This is innovation, and this is what it's doing. Now they're coming up with their wallet and their debit card, which will come with even offshore accounts where you can withdraw money directly from your CopyX, your tag market account. You can withdraw directly from the Bit1 and spend from the card. And every income generated is shared in the community. It's like a fireball that is self-sustaining itself and moving. And so I will round up with this. You may want to think about it. You are welcome. But do yourself a favor and take somebody's 24x for free and enjoy the cash flow that comes from it. And continue to think about it. As your belief increases, increase your action. But by all means, I'm in a good mood this evening. Do yourself a favor. Get back to the person who invited you for this presentation and sign up an account. And whatever level of belief you have today, fund at that level of belief. Tomorrow, when you come, you understand what we're talking about because you would have seen profit. Secondly, get ready. A $125,000 a year AI is coming to you for free. When it opens, don't say you don't have money. Act. What you call luck is a product of opportunity in preparation. Do well to make use of this information for your own financial salvation. The funny thing about salvation, it is personal, it's per head. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial, nobody will do it for you. The best will come is to share this information that we just did, and we hope you got value, and we hope it made sense, and I hope you understand this enough to sign up this night, do your KYC, and act at the level of your belief. And I really pray for your own sake. Let your fear don't defeat your belief so that you can do something that can best serve you. Thank you very much for your time. I will hand over back to Mr. Felix.
Lovely, amazing, super, and we're really grateful. This is awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we've had and then we've heard. If you love what you have just heard, as sharp, as lovely, as precise as it was, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, a thumbs up, a thumbs up, a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. You love what you've heard, give us a thumbs up, a thumbs up. Everybody, you love what you've heard. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. If you love it, give us a thumbs up. All right, all right. This is lovely, guys. This is amazing. Thank you very much